I'm David with Apex Drilling. Today we're going to be talking about what it takes to put in a well. I get people calling me quite often who have purchased a piece of property and need to put in a well in order to have water because of the fact that they're outside of city services. And a lot of people don't know what it takes to do that, so we're putting this video together in an effort to help educate people as to what the process is for putting in a well and ultimately their private water system. A well is an access point for groundwater. There's water in the ground, but in order to get it and make it available for our use, we have to drill a well and put in a water system to use for our house, our property, the irrigation, and such. So we're going to talk about what it takes to put in a well. One of the things that's so important with ending up with a good product, a good well, something that's going to last multiple lifetimes, is to do research ahead of time. As we do this research, we're gathering information that allows us to best construct your well, which ultimately allows you to end up with the best possible product. So the process of getting a well has already started. You've called me. You wanted information. You have an address. So we go on the computer and we look up on Google Earth where that address is. And then using information on the Department of Water Resources website, we're able to look up wells around that area. So we get an understanding of how deep and what the construction needs to be in order to not only know what it is we need to do, but to get you pricing and get you the appropriate information. One of the early steps in this process is getting the paperwork done and getting you as the homeowner an estimate as to what the costs are going to be. You need to put together a budget. You need to put together your construction loan. You need to do a bunch of these preliminary steps in being able to build your house. So we get you the paperwork. The next step is we have to do permitting. In order to do that, one of us has to come out to the job site, and most often that is Matthew, my son. But he will come out and site plan with you, and in the process fill out the permit application, go over the estimates that were sent to you prior, also get a contract signed.
In your blueprint for your home, you're required to provide a site plan in order to get a building permit. And that site plan shows the location of where this well is going to go, or where it's anticipated to go. The location's important because we have to have access to this well in the future for servicing. Most people don't understand that this is not a one and done thing. We're going to have to come back, and it's going to need regular maintenance and work in order to provide adequate water. So we're going to work together on finding a spot that will provide us adequate access, but also where it's going to blend in after your home and your landscaping are completed. The next step in this process is determining your schedule. We'll work with you and your contractor to determine when you want the well installed and what's going to fit best in the construction timeline. So once we've determined the schedule, we'll bring the equipment in and drill a hole in the ground until we reach the groundwater. Because we've already done the research, we understand where that groundwater is and what it's going to take to be able to capture it. A critical part of the construction process is making sure that you have an adequate surface seal. The surface seal is one of those things that is regulated by the state to prevent contamination of not only your groundwater, but because all of the groundwater is connected, it protects everybody's groundwater. Part of that process includes installing the casing that will ultimately stick out above the ground level and make your well. The last step in the construction process is well development. Well development is where we extract the groundwater out of the well we just constructed. This allows us to not only make sure the water's clean, but that we have the volume that we need to provide water for your home.
As we're nearing completion of this project and your well is finishing up, the next step is to find a pump installer, and we can help you do that. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We look forward to working with you on your home.